What is up, everybody? Welcome to the second video of Monday. This one is one that I wanted to do for a little while, but I wanted to make sure I was doing some grinding in the arena in order to give more of a real dissection into this. So this is a follow-up video. Since the changes in arena, how has my grind as well as a lot of other players' grind been with the changes and the extensions in milestones and trying to acquire units? Because a lot of players who are free to play do rely on this, and the process seems to be extended and the time you invest into it seems to be a lot more. Something to point out is that everybody will have a different experience in the arena, whether or not you're an uncollected player, you're a cavalier player, you're a thronebreaker player, and also the extent, depth, breadth of your roster to a point of rarity and other stuff like that. You may have a very different experience to the game than some other people, and I have heard and I have also seen different people falling out over the matter of, like, you know, oh, this is fine, this is not fine. And it's like, look, people experience this game in different ways, and to kind of go like, oh, this is the one opinion, it's like, no, you've got to take other people into consideration, which I believe Kabam are doing. And that's something I will kind of point out in this video. Like, Kabam have listened, they are going to be having a meeting to discuss this, so they haven't completely ignored people. It's just, I don't know, Kabam are slow with dealing with I nearly swore there, with stuff like this. But yeah, what I wanted to do in this video is kind of talk about what I've been trying to do in order to grab myself more units. As a lot of you know, I did put out a video that close to learning about the changes to these arenas, like what my perspective and what I do. Because a lot of the times my scheduling is all over the place with availability due to recording. You know, I'll record for a good chunk of the day between 7 AM and upwards of about 9 PM a day, so it gives me a very little amount of time before I live stream to actually do arena grinding, and I have to rely on little time pockets at the weekend, whether or not it's watching a film and grinding, whether or not it's kind of like waking up an hour early in order to grind arena. You have to kind of, and it's not just me, like everybody's watching around work, school, childcare, you name it. A lot of you are kind of like, even one of my mods is waking up in the middle of the night to kind of like see to his child, and is kind of playing arena whilst trying to get the child off to sleep again. So it's like people make their time wherever they can to grind arena, so availability is always key. But you can see on screen right now, I decided to change it up this weekend and add more grind into my time, and this was definitely more strenuous than I would have liked and ate into any kind of Act 7.2 grind, which is a bit disappointing. But I also had to kind of like have a life and then kind of like do other stuff that I wanted to do from the weekend. We've got a wedding to plan and kind of get sorted. We've got other stuff to do, a house that needs tidying up and cleaning needs to be done. Life, guys, you all experience it. So this is the big thing. Between the first, where the old arenas were, I calculated that it would be about 3 to 5 hours I invested in. I can't 100% guarantee that is the case, that I did that, because I can't go back in time to kind of go like, okay, well, are there factors around when I was doing the arena? Is it a case that I was doing this in live streams? Was I not? But it was a case it was either between 3 to 5 hours, so that I get 5.5 mil done over the 4-star basic and 4-star featured arena, got 270 units and 30,000 battle chips. Now, when it comes to the new arena sequence, putting 5.5 mil in to either the lowest, which is the Summoner Trials, and as well one of the other ones, which would be the say the basic, the 6-star basic, would yield me back 160 units, 750 battle chips and 19k battle chips for the same amount of time grind, and that's not cool. That is not cool in the slightest. So I decided this weekend, let's do a bit more extensive grind, where I did a live stream on Sunday, so thanks very much. And I'm going to make that more of a regular thing now, to live stream on Sundays as I write ideas for videos for this coming week and kind of get together info and maybe do similar videos to this. So I put in 14 mil. So that is like nearly, that's definitely under three times as much as I normally do. But I put 14 mil in. I did full milestones of some of the trials. I did the Immortal Abomination, and I got back 280 units and 34,750 battle chips. You can see really there, regardless if I got my kind of like timings right, say if it was 5 hours that I did previously to get to 5.5 mil, which doesn't seem right in my opinion. That seems actually quite incorrect. So I think the 3 hours is actually more key. It's like investing an extra additional 5 hours, and I'm going to say that it's probably the case, into my grind to get the same amount that I got back. It's quite surprising, and I was clever. I was really savvy with this. Like, I would make sure that I knew when my 6 stars were going to reset, so the rank 3 6 stars that I have, as well as some of the rank 2s and some of the key rank 1 champions, rotate them around the 5-star 565s, and as well knowing those time breakdowns in order to make, again, the grind as savvy and as well as just more pivotal and efficient as possible. So that's what I was doing. When it came to the lower arena, so the Summoner Trials, I was making sure to use lower boosts in, and I was at times using a few boosts when it came to doing the basic one. Again, in order to make my time grind as savvy and as efficient as possible. To put into perspective, the times in which I was grinding was I got up an hour early on Friday morning before I recorded Marvel Contest of Champions news to get myself some kind of just push into it. I did a lot of this on Saturday, so when I again woke up, just before I woke up, I did a bit of grinding to kind of like just get as much points as possible, which was about, you know, an hour of that, and then about 30 minutes whilst M was doing some supermarket shopping, because some shops are still like, oh, they can only have like one person from a household in because of, you know, pandemic. And then M was driving to have a look at a new car, so I was playing the 4-star arena, the Summoner Trials in that, and then the latter point was then grinding out a huge chunk of it as when I got home, and then into the evening when I was watching the Eurovision Song Contest. And then Sunday was the live stream, which we did for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So that was how I was kind of balancing my time. And as I said, that was the most efficient that I could do for me, and that is just based on the fact that I've got to have a life. I have things to do that are not just about MCOC gaming, and yeah, like, and that is the thing that a lot of players are experiencing. It's not just about your own perspective. You also have to then kind of take into consideration that there's players that are lower that maybe wouldn't have a plethora of rank 3 6 stars, 565s, and enough to really kind of get that point popping off to get things like the units and the chunk of battle chips. I thought I'd also, like, whilst recording this, check in to see like where the forum thread is, and I think this just like epitomizes. Hey Kabam, we are 50 pages deep, and in case you haven't quite gotten the hint yet, your new arena structure is a complete disaster. Yours sincerely, just another free-to-play scrub. I gotta be honest, I like the fact it's slim amount of arenas. There's only 3, which is again kind of weird because this particular time for the last 2 weeks we're gonna have 5 arenas with the late arena and as well the champion vote. But I think, yeah, definitely there's valid points to say this is not right. This isn't working as well as you would have liked. And there is a better way of dealing with this particular situation. Now, as much as my roster isn't so much of a problem, there is a problem when it comes to the quality of life issue, and that is something that is important to mention. Apart from players struggling to get the extent of roster to get to the same points as other players, because that's the other thing with this, like, we have got high results coming in. Are people slightly to blame when it comes to like the extensive grind? Because people are putting up this stupid points. Immortal Abomination, the first position, went for 170 mil. And even to get the champion from a point of going like, okay, well, I've got close to that 99 slot, came in at 105.2 mil for 99 position. So it's just annoying. However, though, that's when it's targeting one specific champion of value. Because then we've got some good things when it comes to like 41 mil for Stealth Suit Spidey. So it is a very weird thing when it comes to this. For me personally, it's all about milestones. For other players, it's different things. Acquisition of shards, getting the champions to get to them at least, the milestones, and the issue of having 2 arenas where 6-star champions can be used and is outweighing the kind of the grind narrative, which still is causing time issues. As I said, quality of life for me is the additional 5 hours to get exactly what I was grinding back when the old arenas were key. And yeah, I got this kind of like legitimate concern about where the arenas are going to be when the cut-offs and the points investment for Cosmic Ghost Rider, Corvus Glaive, Doctor Doom, Ghost, Namor, well, maybe not so much Namor, he's still a good champion, but like the list goes on. You could say like, if things going to be mad for Mega Red, for Captain America, Infinity War, for Magneto, Warlock, Guillotine 2099, Clairvoyant, Apocalypse, Nick Fury, I don't know if I said that again, Strife, the list goes on of all those champions and how like extensive those points grind are going to be for players. Like I'd love to go for Doctor Doom. I'd even love to go for a Mega Red because I've got a 6-star Awakening gem. But at the same time, like I don't know how much I have to invest in. And I hear that Brian Grant, contest champion, he invested about two Odin's worth into it. So did he invest 6,200 of his own free-to-play units into getting these champions? It's mad. And for people coming up with the response, well, arena's competitive, Rich. It's meant to be competitive. That's true, but that's one part to arena. The second part to arena is always all about acquisition of resources and things within it, like shards, like arena boosts now, which then do help to invest into certain champions. If you save them up, you can then get your favourite champion or help you to get milestones quicker. So there's a lot more going on. Battle chips as well. Battle chips can either give more units, gold, because that's the thing. Gold is always in short supply. Not so much nowadays, but it's still a legit concern. I will find myself grinding in arenas to grab more gold because I think that's, you know, of value to do. So there's a lot more than just a competitive area to what arena is. Either way, I've got to come to the point of the video. The point of this video is just to kind of assess what I need to do, as well as what other players need to do in order to get the extent of what they had under the old arena scheme, now with the new arena scheme. And also at the same time exposing that this is not good, it is not right, and it does need change. And very much needs to change as soon as possible. And this is something that Kabam know. They've taken everything into consideration now that we are in the second week of this. And a meeting, from what I gather, is going to take place tomorrow to assess the whole situation of arena. And it does need to be sorted out. I want to be able to produce some guides for players when it comes to unit grinding, and it has actually scuppered a lot of that creation. Especially if what I'm saying is, if you're time investing about, again, 5 hours, so to speak, or 3 to 5 hours, then you want to make sure that you're getting something back from it, because at the end of the day, you could be taking that grind elsewhere, or you could be going, do you know what, this game is taking too much of my life away, there's no quality of life, I'm going to play another game. Because the other thing is, people don't play solely Marvel Contest of Champions, they'll play other games, like myself. So you need to figure out when you have time available and how much time is going to be allocated to one specific game to grind whatever particular content like this, which is very much grabbing resources. Yes, it's the competitive nature to it in order to grab the more spicier champions up in the top 100s, and as well in the 100 and lower to 500 to pick up the 5-star champion. But still, you need to consider again your time investment, and if it's taking twice as long, 3 times as long, then we've got a problem here. But in any case, I'm going to choose to end the video here until we get the info, and when Kabam decide to post and respond to this with what they're going to be doing next, there's not really much I can do except for kind of like assess the situation and give you a video like this, and that's what I'll do. The next time we're going to speak about arenas will hopefully be in that info drop, whenever that'll be. Thank you so much for watching this video. What are your thoughts still on the arenas? Put it in the comment section down below. Check out some other content recently posted up there. Have a good one, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you later on. Bye bye.